Christusway reflection. In Acts 6 verse 2, the apostles say it is not right to neglect the word of God to serve at tables. This establishes a clear order. Truth must come first, because it gives meaning to everything else. Baptism is the call. It begins a life that is meant to grow into harmony with Christ, leading to union with Him. From this union, love is fully expressed. Virtue flows from active grace, grace at work in our actions. Love, however, flows from sanctifying grace, grace that transforms who we are. As we grow in understanding, service is no longer just activity. It becomes a true expression of faith through charity. The second epistle of Peter, 1:5-8, shows this growth clearly. Faith leads to virtue, virtue to knowledge, knowledge to self-control, self-control to endurance, endurance to devotion, devotion to mutual affection, and finally, to love. Baptism, as the act of faith, opens the door to active grace, enabling acts of virtue and leading us into a deeper knowledge of grace. As we grow, we become more ordered and receptive, allowing grace to take deeper root within us. This growth prepares the soul for sanctifying grace, which purifies and transforms us from within. From this purification comes self-control, which matures into endurance. Endurance deepens into devotion because what is consistently endured for the sake of God begins to be loved. What was first practiced with effort becomes interiorized. The will becomes steady, the heart becomes oriented toward God, and perseverance turns into reverence. From devotion flows mutual affection, and ultimately, love, the fullness of charity expressed in a life united with Christ. Devotion is not merely an inward movement of the soul, it awakens a relational longing. As the heart turns toward God in sincerity, it begins to experience a gentle exchange, being drawn and also responding. This is the beginning of mutual affection. Such affection does not remain abstract. It seeks presence. It desires nearness. This is why the soul is drawn toward the Eucharist, not simply as a ritual, but as a real encounter. We long for physical presence because love, by its nature, desires to be embodied. To love and to be loved is not complete in thought alone. It seeks expression, touch, closeness, communion. In the Eucharist, this longing finds its answer. What begins as devotion matures into affection, and affection into communion. The soul does not only adore from afar but comes close, receives, and is united. And this union does not remain enclosed within the individual. True affection, once received, begins to overflow. It extends outward, quietly but powerfully, toward others. The same love that draws us into communion with Christ becomes the love that moves us toward our neighbor. Thus, devotion flowers into mutual affection, affection into communion, and communion into charity, a living current of love that flows from God, through us and into the world. This growth is structured. Each step supports the next. Knowledge without self-control collapses. Self-control without endurance fades. Devotion without love becomes rigid. Habits are not isolated actions, they form a structure. Over time, they either build upward toward love or downward into disorder. Christusway daily Mass reflections form the mind in truth, while the Rosary shapes the heart by drawing it into the life of Christ. Together, they build holy habits that create inner harmony. As virtue matures through active grace, something deeper begins. The soul becomes ready for purification through sanctifying grace. The focus then shifts inward, toward harmony and union with Christ. At this stage, charity is no longer just something we do. It becomes something we are. It flows naturally as the expression of union with Him. But without inner harmony, we fail to recognize Him. Like the disciples on the sea, when the winds are strong and the waters are disturbed, even when Jesus comes near, the noise of the world can drown recognition.